Are you afraid of getting what you want? This is a question that you want to ask yourself if you're not getting movement in your manifestation. So if you are desiring something and you've been doing all the work and you are not getting movement, it could be because you have a subconscious fear of actually getting it, and that's what we're talking about today. If you would like support stepping into the starring role of your movie, which means being the conscious cause and creator of your reality, then I am available for one-to-one law of assumption coaching. My name is Hedley and I am a qualified life coach specializing in the amazing teachings of the law of assumption. So if you'd like support with that, you'll find the details for my coaching below this video. I also have a free 21-day set yourself up with the ultimate self-concept course, which is the ultimate story that you want to be telling. You'll find that below as well, or you'll find all of these details at my website, youaretheone.com.au. But for now, let's get into today's topic. Are you afraid of getting what you want? Now, this is a question that you're not asking yourself consciously because the answer is not in your conscious mind, or it might be, but it's more likely to be in your subconscious mind. And why you would want to be asking this question is if you're not getting movement in your reality and you're getting a little bit frustrated by that. It could be because you have a subconscious fear of actually getting what you want, and that is actually blocking your manifestation from coming into reality. And it's super simple to change. We just want to be a bit more curious with ourselves. So this was a question that was asked from one of my wonderful subscribers. Hello, I'm sorry it's taken me this long to get to your question. I don't have the email with the question, but I know you know who is asking, and so thank you for asking the question. And also, this is a question that a lot of people would find useful as well. So when we want something or we desire something, that we naturally want it. If the desire is there, then we're ready for it. Come on, bring our desire in. I'm going to visualize, I'm going to live from the end, I'm going to use my senses to make it real. If the desire is there, then obviously I want it. And if I want it, then I'm obviously ready for it. So where's my manifestation? Why hasn't it shown up yet? This is the thing with the subconscious. Our conscious mind and our subconscious mind are often very out of rapport. They are not working together as a team. In fact, they are often working in opposition to each other, and that is where you want to get curious with yourself. If there's something that you consciously want and you're doing all the work and you're not getting movement, it's generally because there is a subconscious assumption working in an opposition. So even though you think you might want something, you may have a subconscious belief that you don't really want it. If you're wanting a relationship but you don't have one, and everything that you're doing in consciousness is not actually working with your manifesting, could be because subconsciously you have some negative assumptions about relationships that are more dominant. So that's generally all that's happening. I want to give you the example that I spoke about recently in another video, which I'll link here, about winning the lottery. So after coming into these teachings, I decided that just to have the experience, I would win the lottery. So I set about choosing assumptions that were going to win me the lottery. As soon as I did that, I won the lottery every single week for 2 months without fail. I won often, sometimes twice, and then also once I won 3 times. Because I was holding the assumption that I am a lottery winner, that was super easy for me to hold, and my reality reflected it back really fast. Then I realized, oh, that's actually not what I'm wanting to experience. I'm wanting to be the lottery winner. I'm wanting to be the winner of the major prize. Soon as I started affirming that, boom, everything dried up. I stopped winning. Why do you think that was? Because I had negative assumptions about winning. So even though I wanted to win the major prize, I actually had some negative assumptions about winning that actually meant that I didn't really want it. So I got curious and I asked myself, well, why wouldn't I want to win the major prize? And then, wow, the stuff that came up, this is so fascinating because you don't really know it's there until you ask yourself the question. It's like you have to know to ask yourself the question, and the questions are not necessarily the most obvious questions, like, why wouldn't I want to win the major prize of a competition? Well, because that means you stand out. A loss of freedom because you have all these other things to do now that you've got this major prize. That means extra responsibilities. I just made a list of possible reasons as to why I wouldn't want what I thought I wanted, and the list was long. Now, of course, that doesn't mean I'm stuck in that reality. That just means now I can see these assumptions that have been sitting there that have been actually in the way of me really getting what I wanted. I just worked with myself to rewrite those beliefs and to recreate them so my subconscious could accept that actually winning the major prize didn't have to be a stressful thing. It didn't have to mean a loss of freedom. It didn't have to mean all these extra responsibilities, because my previous experience with winning meant all of those things. So I used to win a lot of competitions when I was at school. They were athletics competitions, but that meant doing all of these things I didn't want to do. It meant extra training. It meant representative boarding events, which I didn't want to do. It meant traveling to all these places that I didn't necessarily want to travel to. It just meant a lot of things that I didn't want to do. So I was like, I don't want to win anymore. And I deliberately set up myself not to win. I actually went out of my way not to win these things because I didn't want all of these extra responsibilities and things laid on top of me. So I stopped winning deliberately. So I had to go back and look at all of that stuff and change those stories and revise those memories and do a bit of work on that, which was great because it brings me closer to what I consciously want. I'm creating rapport between my conscious mind and my subconscious mind because they were way out of rapport. So just because you want something consciously actually doesn't mean that you want it subconsciously. So you want to ask the question, why might I not want what I want? Get your note paper and pen out and just pose that question and then just journal, start writing. I was quite shocked when I asked myself the question about why wouldn't I want to win the major prize of the lottery? And then that list was so long and I was looking at the list going, wow, like losing is so much more relaxing because nobody wants anything from you. You can just stay anonymous. You can just stay off in the background. No one's expecting anything from you. They're not asking you for things. There's no expectations on you. But of course, we're here to experience whatever we want to experience. And if you want to choose winning as an experience, you are more than welcome to do that, but you are going to have to look at your subconscious assumptions about winning. Get curious with yourself. Ask yourself the non-obvious questions. Ask yourself the questions that you wouldn't normally ask yourself. Why wouldn't I want what I want? What would be the reasons for not getting what I think I want? And then just see what comes up, because there will be something. Because often the subconscious mind, it's got some assumptions there based in fear. And really it's just all about keeping you safe. And the way it keeps you safe is with the known assumptions, with the familiar beliefs, even if they don't actually help you, even if they don't actually work for you, even if they're unfavorable. They are what's safe and familiar, and the subconscious will just fight to keep you safe. But it's not fixed. Nothing is fixed. So if you want something, you can absolutely have it. If you're not getting it, it's probably because you've got some subconscious assumptions that don't actually want it. Why would that be? Your subconscious mind may believe that it's unsafe to get it, that it might mean extra work, that it might be hard, that you might lose friends, that you might lose money. It could be absolutely anything, and just let yourself journal. And then once you've got your list, just look at the list and go, wow, okay, well, thank you so much. That's not helping me anymore. They're not the assumptions that I'm going to be carrying into my future. So let's rewrite those. And that's all you do. You just change the assumptions. It's really that simple. And then you continue to affirm to yourself the new story that yes, it's safe for me to win the major prize of a competition. Whatever the story, it's safe. It's okay. Nothing is fixed. Just because you have an assumption does not mean you are locked into that assumption. That does not equal your future. You are not bound to your past, and you are not bound to the assumptions of your past. So bring them to the surface, look at them, see them, ask yourself, are these favorable? Are these going to actually help me get what I want? If not, write some new ones, affirm those, and go from there. You'll be bringing your conscious mind and your subconscious mind into rapport, and then your manifestations are free to come in. Your reality is free to reflect it back because you're not in resistance to anything. Hope that helps. As always, please remember you are the amazing creators of your reality. You are the superstar of your show. You are the producer, the writer, the director, and the actor in your movie. What you assume to be true will be so. So assume the best for you. Assume the best for everyone in your movie too, and you will have an amazing life. This is my wish, my vision, and my prayer for you. Thank you so much for listening. Oh, and for me too. Thank you so much for listening. Thank you for being here. Thank you for beautiful comments. Please like, comment, and share. And if you'd like to subscribe to my channel, I would love to have you, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.